Hello there! It's really nice to have you back on my channel. This is Cynthia of Cassiekoy Crochet. In this video, we'll be making one of my crochet top patterns which I called NardaTop. But first, I'd like to express my gratitude to all these lovely ladies for helping me improve the NardaTop pattern. Follow them on IG to see more of their crochet creations. This pattern, guys, is also available on my Etsy shop. So if you'd like to work on it ad-free, then grab its copy on my shop. Just click the link provided on the description box below. By the way, please continue supporting me by liking this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and you can also ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Again, thank you so much ladies for testing NardaTop pattern. To get started, prepare the following material. So I have here comb cotton yarn from Ashley's Crochet. You can also use other type of yarn. We also have 2.5 and 3mm hook, a pair of scissors, and tape measure, which is very important, darning needle, stitch markers, and of course you'll be needing a brooch. Before we proceed to the foundation chain, measure your bust circumference, making sure that the tape measure is going over both of your nipples. Now, if it measures 32 inches, for example, divide the bust circumference into 2. So we have 32 inches divided by 2 equals 16 inches. So we're gonna make a foundation chain that is as long as 16 inches. After that, you can now grab your yarn number 1. So this top is made for small size. I'm going to make 70 chains, which is equivalent to 16 inches. So you can add more chains or make necessary decreases to fit your size. Just a reminder guys, make a chain that is divisible by 2. And don't worry if the foundation chain only reaches the side of your bust, because we will still be extending the back part later. On the bust part of this top, we're gonna be using Suzette stitches, which are always composed of 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet on the same stitch. To start row 1, place 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet on the very first stitch from the hook. After that, skip 1 chain, proceed to the next and place 1 Suzette stitch. So you're going to repeat the same process across the row. Then at the very last stitch, you're going to place 1 single crochet only. Now I have 2 chains left before the end of the row, so I will skip the next one and proceed to the very last and place there 1 single crochet only. This is what it looks like. To start row 2, don't forget to chain 1 and flip your work. Then place 1 Suzette stitch on the very first stitch. 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. And then you will skip 1 stitch. On top of the single crochet from the previous row, place another Suzette stitch there. So remember guys, the Suzette stitches will only be placed on top of the single crochet stitches. So you're going to skip the double crochet stitches from the previous row. Now I'm almost at the end of row 2. You'll just skip 1 and 1 single crochet on the very last stitch. So just like what you did on row 2, you just chain 1 to start row 3 and flip your work and do exactly as what you did. By the way, I'll be changing my color, so I'll proceed to color number 2. So I'll fasten off this part and attach my second color. Now to start row 3, let me just attach the yarn, and on that same stitch, place one chain, which is equivalent to 1 single crochet, and then 1 double crochet on that same stitch. So for the rest of row 3, you will just repeat the same process as done on row 2 and continue until row 6. So don't forget to place 1 single crochet only on the very last stitch and flip your work to start a new row. Now I'm done on row 6, so to proceed to row 7, change the color of your yarn to number 1 and repeat the same process as done on row 2. Then fasten off and attach yarn color number 2 for row 8. Then repeat the same process as done on row 2. For rows 10 to 12, we're going to use color number 2 and repeat the same process as done in row 2. For row 12, grab your tape measure and we're going to measure the distance between your bust points or nipples. Once done, divide the result into 2. For example, the distance between 2 bust points is 7 inches, so 7 inches divided by 2 is equal to 3.5 inches. So divide the top into 2. Place a stitch marker at the very center. So from the middle, I measured 3.5 inches, which is half the distance of my bust points. Going to the right and placed a stitch marker on top of the double crochet stitch. Repeat this on the left side. On this particular top, I have a total of 69 stitches on row 12. So I have 34 stitches on the left side and 34 stitches on the right, which gives me a total of 68 stitches. Plus 1 stitch at the middle with a total of 69 stitches. Now we're almost done on row 12, so be ready for row 13 because we're going to make decreases. Just like the previous rows, we're going to start this row with chain 1 and 1 Suzette on the very first stitch. Continue this until you are 2 Suzette stitches before the stitch marker. So when you reach there, you will be decreasing before and after the first and third stitch markers. Remember guys, you will only make decreases when you are 1 inch past the bust points. So if you have a bigger bust and you haven't reached the bust points on row 13, please make adjustments. Now to decrease, insert the hook on the single crochet stitch, insert it again on the double crochet stitch, and for the last time on the single crochet stitch, and pull through all 4 loops. After that, you place 1 double crochet on that same stitch. Next, on top of the Suzette stitch of the previous row, place another 1 Suzette stitch. Then make another decrease, skip the double crochet stitch, place the hook on the single crochet, double crochet, and single crochet stitches. Then pull through all of them and place another 1 double crochet. Then continue the Suzette stitches across until you reach the third stitch marker. Okay, so now I have 2 Suzette stitches before the third stitch marker. And then here, you make another decreases. After this, just continue the row without increasing, and then place 1 single crochet only at the very last stitch. Now for row 14, you're going to repeat the same procedure as done on row 13. That includes the decreases. So you're going to place another stitch markers at the middle and on the sides, measuring 7 inches, which is the distance of your bust points. Okay, and then from the middle, measure 3.5, which is half the distance of the bust points, to the left and to the right. Okay, and then proceed with the stitches similar to row 13. Now after decreasing, your top should look like this. It's going to be curvy. Then continue rows 15 to 16 using yarn color number 2 and place Suzette stitches just like the process done on row 2. Now for rows 17 to 18, use yarn color number 1 and place Suzette stitches just like the process done on row 2. Let's proceed to the second part, which is the underbust band. For row 19, color number 2, chain 2 and place 1 double crochet on each of the stitches. So you're just going to place a normal double crochet across. Now to finish the row, just place 1 double crochet on the very last stitch and then chain 2, flip your work and place another 1 double crochet on each of the stitches across. So you're going to repeat this until row 24 or until you have reached your desired length. Now I have placed the back extension for part 3, so I'll show you how to do that on the other side. Just attach your yarn here. Then make 2 chains, which is counted as 1 double crochet, and then we're going to place a V-stitch on the next double crochet post. So this is the first post or the first row, and then on the second will be a V-stitch. So double crochet and then chain 1 and a double crochet on that same post. So here's our V-stitch. Then you will skip this post, and on the next one you will place another V-stitch. So 1 double crochet and then chain 1 and 1 double crochet on that same post. You will just repeat this across. Skip 1 post, on the next will be a V-stitch. Then on the Suzette stitches, you will just skip 1 and proceed to the next. Then make another V-stitch. So you're just going to repeat this across. Now we have 2 rows left, so just skip the first one, and on the last will be a normal double crochet. Now to begin row 2, just chain 2, which is considered as 1 double crochet, flip your work and place a V-stitch on top of the chain 1 space of the previous row. So double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. Okay, so you'll just repeat this across and place 1 double crochet on the very last stitch. Then after this, you'll just repeat row 2 until row 12, then add more rows if needed. Now let's proceed to the edging. Just attach your yarn and insert the hook like this. And then we will place 2 half double crochets on each of the posts, or on each of the double crochet posts. So on the next will be another 2. And proceed across with 2 half double crochet stitches. Now I'm at the corner, so just chain 1, and on that same stitch place 1 half double crochet or 2 half double crochets. And then you will place 1 half double crochet on each of the stitches. So place 1 half double crochet on top of the double crochet stitch and 1 half double crochet on the chain 1 space. So repeat this across. I'm already at the corner, so just like what I did previously, just chain 1 and place 1 or 2 half double crochet on that same stitch. Then continue placing 2 half double crochets on each of the double crochet posts. Then when you reach this part, just place 1 double crochet on each of the stitches and repeat the half double crochet stitches on this part. To end the edging, just slip stitch here. As you can see, we're almost done on our top, so we'll just have to place our straps later. So the first thing you'll have to do is to determine where your straps will be placed. So just place your stitch markers there. So I have 2 stitch markers here and 2 at the back. So I'll be using here 2.5mm hook or smaller hook. So just insert your hook there and attach your yarn. To start, place 2 chains. Then on that same stitch, place a double crochet and then 2 chains again, double crochet on the space from the previous chain, 2 chains, and another double crochet and insert the hook here. So you'll just repeat this until you have your desired length. So you'll just have to repeat this 4 times. Now to make a crisscross lace at the back, just grab your yarn, make a slip knot. We will repeat exactly as what we did here. Then make 3 chains. On the very first chain, place a double crochet stitch. Chain 2 and 1 double crochet again on that space. Chain 2 and 1 double crochet. So you will just repeat this until you have 45 to 60 inches long. So this is how we do the Narda top. Now if you like this video, please give this a thumbs up. A written pattern of this top is also available on my Etsy shop. You can grab a copy there at Cassiekoy Crochet or simply click the provided link in the description box. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when the next video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.